Every man wants to build his dream life. The business, the success, the money, the freedom, the family, the woman. But most guys can't even build a strong body and a strong mind. Growing up, we all think we're going to be that guy. We're young, we're hungry, ambitious. We think we're going to have it all. And I know this because that was me. I was reading the books, the podcasts, going to the gym, eating healthy food, doing my mindset work, doing all of these things that I thought was bringing me closer to where I wanted to go. But I quickly realized that it actually wasn't. Yes, I maybe had some healthy habits, but they were just kind of keeping me consistent. Okay, but I wanted to be up here. I didn't want to stay down here. I wanted to get up here. And what I quickly realized, and one, I got a slap of reality in the face. I was, from about the age of 18, 19, to the age of 25. I think it was 25 and I realized, what the hell is actually going on right now? My life was basically the same from the age of 18 up until 25. Not much had changed. Yes, I was in a different environment. I was making maybe 4 to 5k now compared to maybe 2k back in the day. But it was like overall my day looks more or less the same. My body hasn't really changed that much. My mindset, yes, I'm more educated, but my results don't show my education. Because at the end of the day, guys, knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is only power when it's applied and you actually have that outcome and the results. If you're soaking up all this knowledge, but you don't have the results, you might as well not have the knowledge at the end of the day. And that's what I did for so long. But I got a slap of reality, 25 years old. I said, okay, something needs to change here now because otherwise I'm going to be 35 in the exact same position. Maybe with a couple of grand extra, maybe living in a nicer area. But I was like, that's not what I want. I have a dream, a goal. I need to figure out how to get that. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So you stop just looking back at your last year and just be like, I'm in the same position. Looking back at the last 5 years, 10 years, you don't want to be that guy that's 40, 50 years old and thinking, holy fuck, what now? Luckily, I was 25, I realized this, but I need you to realize now that if you don't do what I'm about to say, those years will start to just roll forward, and before you know it, this is all a fucking blur. And I live this, and I don't want you to live the same, okay? I want you to learn from my mistakes. Here's what took me a long, long time to really understand, okay? I'm going to digest it down and break it down into its simplest form. We first need to get very, very clear as to that North Star goal, our dream life. What are we actually working towards? Because if we don't know what we're working towards, it's basically like sitting into a car, going out of your driveway, and just turning left, right, or straight, and just ending up in some random ass destination. It could be good, but it could also be very, very shit. And that's the same with your life. If you don't have direction as to where you're going, you could end up anywhere, and you might not like where you end up. So that is the number one key. You need to get crystal clear on that North Star goal. And it needs to be true to you. And that's step one, getting crystal clear on that. But the thing that I found out the hard way was, if your body, your mind, and your habits don't align to that every single day, you're going nowhere. Okay, you have your daily operating system. It's the highest leverage task that you can do each and every day. Mind, body, habits that align with your outcome that you are looking to achieve, and you do that every single day, no matter what. Guys, you see, I see it so often. People are so fucking busy. They're so busy with the bullshit of the day-to-day life, but they're busy doing nothing. They're busy going nowhere. They're busy doing things that don't actually matter. There's very, very few things that you actually need to do. And once you do them, you realize it's actually not that hard. It's just down to consistency. Okay, once you understand body, mind, habits, you have your daily operating system built out. You show up on a daily basis and you do that, it really does become easy. And you realize, I've just been wasting so much of my time. Going to the gym with the wrong training split, with the fucking wrong macros, that doesn't align to me. My mindset work that, what the hell, it's just knowledge that I'm gathering. I don't even really understand what's happening. And then your daily habits. You can be doing things that you think are being productive, but they're bringing you nowhere. Okay, so once you get crystal clear as to those 3 things, you align that with your North Star goal, it honestly becomes so easy. It becomes so, like, to the point where it's just like, what have I been doing for the last 5-10 years? Because that's exactly what happened to me. Your body and mind is literally, if you can't take control of that, you will not be able to take control of your life. It's as simple as that. I've tried everything, and I promise you, this is the way. You take control of your mind, you take control of your body, you take control of your habits, and I promise you, things start to happen very, very quickly. That's the key. You need to be on point with those 3 things. The consistency is key, because if you're going in all in for like 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're all in, you're disciplined, it's just not going to last. It needs to be consistent, because 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 4 weeks on, 1 week, it just doesn't work like that. It's just, it has to be daily, every single day, consistent. Show up for yourself. Okay, and again, this doesn't take all day. It's just a couple of big needle movers that we need to focus on, implement that into our daily day-to-day life, and then it's just all the rest of the chaos that happens around happens. It doesn't matter. As long as we're ticking off these 3 things, we're going to move forward. We essentially have to build ourselves up to be the man, because you don't first get the dream life and then become the man. You first need to become the man, and then everything else falls into place. Because if you don't do the work to be worthy of the success, the partner, the body, the lifestyle, the freedom, why do you think it's just going to happen? How do you think you're not just going to manifest it into your fucking life? It doesn't work like that. You can't just sit and visualize something and then all of a sudden you think you're going to Don't get me wrong, I'm big in visualization, but it's like, you need to do it. You need to do it in the right way. You need to make sure then that you're actually aligned with what you're going after. And then, yes, it will start to work, but you can't just sit, manifest, and then fucking go sit, watch TV or eat junk food all day or not go to the gym. That's when it does not work. Okay, but combined it with all the other daily processes, it does work 100%. And I'm big on it. But most guys are literally, you're doing a decent chunk of the work already. You're literally doing, what I say is you're probably doing 78% of the work, because you're going to the gym, you're listening to the podcast, you're listening to the mindset, you're eating healthy foods, but it's that final 20% that you need to get dialed in. Your macros needs to be on point. You need to be very, very potent with your time and what you're actually doing, with your mindset work, with your nutrition, with your training, with your habits. You just need to dial it in, and you'll actually realize you buy back a lot of your time as well. Most people think it's like, that's going to take so much work. Yeah, it's going to take work, but it's probably not as much work as what you're doing right now, going around fucking journaling and looking at podcasts and doing all this shit that doesn't move the needle forward unless you're very intentional with it. It all works, but you have to be intentional. Okay? Like, for the guys in controlled growth, there's 4 different stages and the 4 different phases. Okay? You have your prime, your peak, reverse, and control. For each phase, it's not the same thing in every phase. You need to go through the different phases. Your daily operating system is different in each phase, because we're chasing after the different outcomes in each phase. Okay? So it's not just one size fits all. Everyone's different, but each phase requires different daily procedures at the end of the day. Okay, so it's like getting very, very crystal clear and being very intentional with what you do, be very potent with your time, and understanding what actually moves the needle forward, and not just doing all this random bullshit. Okay, and I've done it for years and years, guys. So it's just like, you need to get very, very crystal clear on that. And that's the key. The thing I want you to take home from this video, and the most important thing, being busy doesn't work. Not having a North Star goal, you can end up anywhere. Your daily operating systems need to be in line, mind, body, habits, to your North Star goal. You need to just be very, very intentional with what you're doing on a daily basis. You will buy back so much time, I promise you. I know you think you will actually buy back so much time. You'll have so much more mental clarity. You'll have so much more faith, purpose in your day-to-day life, because you understand what you're actually working towards. You're doing the daily actions that are moving you closer towards that. And once you know that you're aligned and your daily actions are aligned, you just have this calmness about you. You have this certainty about you because you know what you're moving towards. You know what you're doing is actually getting you closer, because there's nothing worse than putting on all this work. Even when it comes to the gym, you're going to the gym, you're hitting the gym session, you're fucking eating healthy food, but you look the exact same a year down the line. It's like you need to wake up and realize you can be so much more. Like what I did, like, you go to the gym, you eat food, you sleep, you recover. Everyone does this anyways. So it's like, why not dial in that last 20% that is literally not going to take any more time to actually be continuously progressing? And that's the same in every area, with your mind, with your daily habits. It's like, it just baffles me. You're literally doing 80% of the work. You just need to fine tune that last 20%. It literally doesn't even take much more time. If anything, it probably buys you back time, and you're consistently progressing. So it's just like, it's the same in all 3 areas. And that's the key I want you to get home. It's like, it's your daily habits. Key, guys. It's the key. Ambition won't get you anywhere without action. Okay? And you need to be aligned to your North Star goal.